Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sorry. So I know I put up a post earlier today, or yesterday, I should say, saying I wasn't going to stream, but actually had a not too bad sleep. And was sitting here playing anyways and figured, you know what, I won't put on the video today because I look horrid. But we'll do a stream today. I'll play around with this E-callar a little bit. And I used it yesterday. I was in no shape to talk yesterday whatsoever, but I figured we'll give her a go today. So what I thought we would do is I'm trying to look for kind of a, as you can see, I've been busy hunting. Maybe we're going to walk this kind of terrain here and fill in a little bit of our map here today. I'm trying to think of an outpost where we can start. So we're just gonna, we got nothing at this lake here either. So I think maybe what we're gonna do is we're gonna start at that over here. And we'll fast travel over there. So, sorry about the short notice, and I kind of wanted to do Quattro Colinas today, but I was out here on New England, and I thought, anyways, I got a diamond here yesterday. I forgot to record me shooting the diamond, but I did remember to record me picking it up. So, and I got a wicked troll moose that's going to be coming up in a video here in a little while. So it kind of stinks. It was so close. It was just a few points off a diamond. So what I've been doing here with this electronic collar, and we're going to do it here, is I've just been kind of going, setting the E-collar up because it's got that 200 meter range, and I've just been waiting for the animals to kind of come in. So that's what we're going to do here. We're just going to, and I mean, I'm going to say this right now. I kind of digging it a little. It's all this E-collar is. So we're just gonna sit here and wait. Now I like the fact that they've that they've put stuff in between. Like they've put pauses in between. I think when the E-collar first came out, boy, was it ever annoying. Like it would just howl constantly. And so now we're gonna set up over here, and we're just gonna stand, and we're gonna wait. So we know that call came from that general direction, but once again, we know how this goes, that these animals are going to come in from anywhere, and sometimes they come in to come in. And I might actually take a second here, and I'm going to adjust the volume on there. So if you've never adjusted the volume, you can go in here into, I want to say it's interface. Let's go outline, audio clue visualization, sites, subtitles. Maybe it's in gameplay. Nope. Audio, maybe? Remote collar. There we go. We're just going to lower that down. Maybe to 20. So we can hear it, but not hear it. Once again, not feeling 100%, but I was sitting here and I'm like, you know what? I'm playing this anyways. There we go, right there. So what I've basically been doing is I was testing this out yesterday. Oh, and there we go. Oh, and we had another one fleeing, so we had two coming in, female. That's fine. And as soon as I hear like the call from whatever species it might be, I've been just grabbing that, putting the collar down right away. Because the spook radius on the E-collar is actually fairly far. Like it, or I shouldn't say far. I've been about 100 meters away and been able to put the E-collar down. So, hold on one second. There we go. So we're just going to see which way I still want to pick up the need zones from these animals, because that's a fairly big female, actually. Oh, sorry, which direction was she going? I'm just trying to find where she was coming in from. And then we're going to collect that need zone. But definitely almost overpowered is what I would call the E-collar. It is quite the tool. Just give me one more second here. My daughter just got home. Hold on. So, once again, we just got a call there. So then what we're going to do is we're just going to go... I'm kind of going to put the E-collar right here. Let's place it. You don't have to get too picky about where the E-collar goes. And, okay. So there we go. I find the controls for getting in and out of the E-collar are a little bit janky. I don't know if that makes any sense. It's not as intuitive as I'd like it to be. And so now we're just going to come over here. Actually, I'd like to move more over here if we can. And nothing drives me crazier in this game, where if I was in Leighton Lakes, that would hide you totally. And you go to like in Spain, that would hide you. Just rubbing up next to a tree would hide you. And then you come over to here. No, we just spooked the red fox. Nuts. That was on me. I should have gotten to a better position. Would this have hidden me? No. Alright, let's dismantle that. So now we've got this moose warning call here. We're going to throw down our E-collar again. And then we're going to bring this up. I kind of wish this was more based on... I wish it was part of the... Instead of having like the dog... I don't have the dog handy. So I have the E-collar. So I kind of wish it would just go to... It would revert to the wheel for the dogs when you have the E-collar. Hey, Crocus. How's it going? How are things in Brazil? I know I said I wasn't going to stream this week, but like I was saying, I was just sitting here on the couch playing anyways, and I figured I'm not going to show my face this week. I look absolutely wretched. I'm on the mend. I will say I'm on the mend. I've been dealing with this since the end of the stream last week. Just didn't really feel 100%, and then it's been a slow burn of a cold. Just sore throat, and then I was really tired. Like I think there was 3 days last week where I just slept. It was crazy. But I'm feeling not too shabby today. So I think the key with the E-collar here is... That's excellent to hear. What's the weather like out there in Brazil right now? What temperature is it? So the key with the E-collar is very, very hot. Like Celsius. Like you guys deal with Celsius, right? Are you guys metric or are you guys imperial in Brazil? Oh, we got a raccoon over there. So I find that the key to the E-collar is it has to be... Oh, Celsius. Excellent. Oh, 25. Hey, Moya, how are you today? 2 a.m. Well, either you can't sleep or you just really like the stream. Excuse me. Pardon me. 25 in Indonesia right now. It is up here in Canada where I'm at. It is what today? Hold on, let me check. It is 9 degrees Celsius, which is insane. Like normally this time of year, minus 15. -40 degree. Oh my goodness. That is insane. See, we get it's so weird where I live here. You get a wide gambit of weather here. Okay, so it can range. Like in the winter, we can get wind chills of up to, -35 to -40, and in the summer we can go up to like a humidex of +40. So there's an 80-degree swing here, and the thing is that where I live here, we're surrounded by in Ontario, we're surrounded by a lot of water, so it's very humid, and minus 9. Well, if I sent you a picture, Amoya, I've got like 8 inches in my front yard still, and it's been warm all week. So, I like the seasons. I really do. I don't like it when it's so brutally cold. That is just the worst. Oh, 50 degrees. Yeah, that's not cool. That's not cool. But you guys are closer to the equator in Brazil, right? So I'd expect that. Now, has it been worse this year than in other years? Because, like I said, this is warmer. Like right now, 9 degrees. We should be at like February. Should be at shoot. We should be at around minus 15 right now. And to be at 9 degrees is just insane. And so we look like there's a lot of. I feel so bad for all of our, all of the companies that rely on skiing. There's a lot of ski places around where I live, and they're really hurting this year. So my heart goes out to them because it is just one of those years where they can't win for trying. And I know they plan for, shorter seasons and stuff like that, but this year we've maybe had like 2, 3 weeks of consistent weather where I would say they had a good ski season. Oh, where are you at? But it's always good to kind of know where other people are. And I think sometimes we get, now, Crocus, you've traveled for work. So, I mean, you've seen different areas, but there's a lot of people that I don't want to say don't get it, but don't get it because they've only ever lived where they've. Okay, wait, we got pheasants and we're being attacked by moose here. This isn't cool. Come on. All right, let's just grab these. How come you won't pick up this need zone? There we go. All right. Yeah, like so like I said before, I drive truck for a living, so I'm through the United States and north, south, all over east, west. Same here in Canada. And when you don't travel for a living, you get isolated in your own little environment or territory, and you just figure that's how it is everywhere. And so a lot of people, I don't want to say are ignorant, but a lot of people are very ignorant to what it's like around the rest of the world. Like people figure Canada's cold. It's not. It's, we get really warm temperatures here. And like I was saying before, because of the humidity and everything in and around Ontario, I've been out in Western Canada, especially in the prairies, and it's really dry out there. And yeah, minus 30. Yep, exactly. Japan's very similar to Canada in that aspect, right? There's a big temperature swing. But I mean, I've been out west and it's been minus, you know, 37, but it didn't feel that way. You could still kind of go out in a t-shirt. Yes, it's cold, but it's a dry cold. And then I've been, the one year I came down, I went across the prairies. It was minus 37 the entire way. And then I got over here to Toronto and it was only like minus 9. And it felt so bitter and so cold just because of the humidity, and that humidity shoots right through anything. You could be wearing 10 layers of clothes and the humidity just kills you. And it just zaps right through you. It really sucks. So sometimes it's a matter of perspective of where you live, right? But I always find that kind of interesting, right? There's different in different cultures and different things when you talk music, right? Customs, all of that stuff. I find that fascinating. Okay, we're going to go over here. That's kind of one place. I'm not huge because of my job. I travel a lot and I'm kind of a homebody. I like being at home when I've got time off. But Japan is one of those places, Crocus, that just interests me to no end. I think the people and the culture are fascinating. Even like Indonesia and Malaysia. I've got there's a lot of people moving in my area from the Philippines, and even to learn some of the greeting in Tagalog or something. I don't know. I just That's just me. I like to do what I can to make people feel welcome, no matter where they're from, right? They're nice to North Americans, but not with South Americans. Yeah, you know what? Sad to say, I mean, I think that's just people in general. Um, like I said, people, going and working in Chicago and stuff like that. There was a place I used to go, and the fella there was Hispanic, and so I'd greet him in Spanish, and he was just so touched over the fact that I would take the time to learn a Spanish greeting and make the effort to speak to him in my very limited Spanish. I call it Dora Spanish. Um, but that's just I don't know. To me, that's just me. It's just being a good neighbor and a good person, right? People are people. We all want the same thing. We want good for our families and good for other people. I mean that's just me. But it saddens me very much when I see people being treated in a not nice way. People are equal. And I think that's why I like this. Whether it's streaming or whether it's gaming with people from around the world, it throws any prejudice people might have aside sometimes, I'm going to say. Because then you're just hanging out with people who have similar interests, right? Any activity where you can draw people from all over the globe is pretty awesome. So, and that goes without saying. Like, I know everybody thinks that Canada is this, super friendly spot, and for the most part it is, but racism exists here and you have to quash it. Anytime I ever come across anybody who's just kind of being ignorant and towards other people or cultures, I just tell them not today. Not with me anyways. Ah, that sucks, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I'm very much a people person. I love I love finding out about new cultures and new whatever, and I've tried to teach that to my kids, right? We'll go when we go, to the city or something, we'll go and try Indian food or we'll try, Chinese food or whatever, Japanese. And I've never ever had my kids like, yeah, yeah, that's tough, right? That's tough. People prejudge all the time. But I've tried to raise my kids so that they just see people for people and try different things and reach out to different communities and like I said, just it's hard because different than mine. But okay, what do we got here? We got a coyote. Okay, it's 170 to 230, so we're going to split the difference and say it's at 200, but let's see. It's Portuguese, isn't it? In Brazil? is the main language, I think. Can I give you a weapon recommendation with high penetration? Now, like, what classes are you talking about? Let's just sit here and we'll. Here's my thing with the e-collar. Just give me a second, Ramoya. I'm thinking about that. Here's my thing with the e-collar is everything sounds the same, so I'm wondering if that will call everyone in. But it just seems to be specific targeting like coyotes, even though the distressed or jackrabbit call will call foxes. So I am curious to know if that it would call other ones. Um, yeah, I think it depends on your class. I mean, you're honest. To be quite honest, your highest penetrating thing is going to be a 600 grain arrow. For moose, probably the 300. The 300, you could go with a. Now, I think it looks like I was playing with the muzzleloader yesterday, and it looks like they nerfed it a little bit because the muzzleloaders used to have super penetration, like double shot or to you know double lung a moose used to be fantastic. I think you're going to be about the same, probably the 7 mm. Uh, the 300, the 303 does good penetration on moose. I mean, it's kind of funny. I don't know why they made the moose so tanky. They're like one of the toughest animals in the game now, and to double lung them is like next to impossible. I know the bows are still the 600 grain arrows are like spears. It just goes right through them. But the used to be the muzzleloader was like that too, and now the penetration on the muzzleloader either got nerfed or they've just bumped up the moose so high. So I would say probably if you're just dealing with base level, because you had to have the Yukon Valley to open up the 300, I would say the 7 mm is going to be your best bet, even though it's just a single shot. But and I know I'm not in cover here. We're just gonna. Let's just take a gander here. It takes a while for the coyotes and stuff to come in, but eventually they should. I mean, once again, this isn't the greatest spot for me to be set up. Oh, not a problem. I kind of don't want to sit here and wait. I kind of want to run around a little bit and collect some need zones, but I do find that I've been finding that this e-collar has been pretty good. All right. All right, let's go get some animals. So at the beginning of the stream, I did mention I got a diamond deer out here yesterday. I was recording for a video about how to get diamonds, and I had a troll moose 2 days ago, and oh my goodness, the or the estimate on it was like 250 to 310, and it was massive. And I thought, oh, this is going to be a big boy. And when I and when I thought, oh, it's a coyote. That's not that big of a coyote. Uh, So watch the language, Jay. I try to keep it as PG as possible here. Oh, crap. Yeah, so I got this troll moose, and I was so disappointed because it was a big one. Get a big animal like a bison. Well, unfortunately, there's no bison on this map. Although I don't mind switching maps. I've been wanting to hunt Quattro. I've just been out here. Like I said, I've the past couple of times I've been out here, I've gotten some pretty good animals. I got a, I had an 8 mythical, red fox yesterday. I got that diamond yesterday. Diamond deer. I've just been kind of going out and checking out some of these zones. The fox was heartbreaking because it should have been a gold, and I don't know if the 22-250 for some reason where I shot it, it did not land the shot where I know I shot it, and I was extremely disappointed because it messed up my 8 mythical, it turned it from a gold to a silver. Where's my marker? Oh, we've already passed it. All right, let's go over here. So maybe we will switch maps too. Just kind of, like I said, I'm just trying to fill in New England, but could go to Park A. Now, has anybody been looking at the new cosmetics that they released yesterday, I think it was? And if you have, what did you think about them? That was the Lunar Year cosmetics. Eight to 5, 8 that way. Everything's been small here. I've been looking at all the tracks here. They were some pretty good cosmetics. If you guys haven't looked at them, I did too. I wanted to put the wrap. I wanted to put on a bow because I thought, oh, yes, thank you. Yes, the jade one looks fantastic. I'm so I was so torn about how I was going to use it, and I kind of figured I should pop into a lodge here if we're going to switch maps anyways, or I don't know what we're going to do. But I should I switched the Luna muzzleloader to the because I figured lunar New Year. So I switched that one to the Jade. I'm actually really happy with how that turned out. And it was kind of funny. I had my youngest son. He was looking at it and he's like, "Oh, I think." So, anyways, all the adjustments I made to my weaponry, it's my son made them. They got a 7-year-old's approval, so. He was like, "Dad, if I had a gun, that's what I would do with it." Which the statement from the 7-year-old was hilarious, but anyways, it's a good kid. Look at all the zones we're just picking up here, left, right, and center. Oh, and it's funny. Okay, so this is what I did with my three. I took. So I have the scale. I wish you could see it better, but I have the gold with the dragon scale or whatever that is. Man, I think that looks sharp. And then I'm rocking I changed this up to the jade with the gold. he's he's all right. He's a funny kid. He takes after his mother, so that's a good thing. Let's just check our tracks here. So I don't know. It's hard not to like this. I wanted to go all jade with my shotgun, or I wanted to do the jade and the red, and then I was like, no, that's just. I mean, it looks good, but the last couple cosmetics pack, I've been like, yeah. This one, I think it's home run. They did an awesome job. Let's see if we can find this. I need some gold of some of these animals here to finish these stinking missions. 18 to 21. Rabbit eating. What's this? Coyote eating. Ringneck pheasant. I think the pheasants don't really... I don't know about you guys. I don't think the pheasants fit on this map. I would have much rather seen like ruffed grouse or something like that. That's more in... That's more what's in the area. And pheasant... When I think of pheasant hunting, I think of like more flatlands, open field pheasant hunting than I do... Like something more like Hirschfeld, right? Farmers' fields. Than I do of... It is pretty dry on the animals today. And I have to double check too because I've been... I gotta check my character. I don't think I have a backpack on. In fact, I know I don't have one on. But I've been spooking animals like I have. And I don't know if it's just this map, if it's the underbrush. Or what the heck is going on. But it's been frustrating me a little bit. You know what? Let's go down to these fields here. Is there an outpost nearby? There's that one over there. Let's walk down to here. And we'll continue to pick up some need zones here. Yes, so I like these new colors. I think they're fantastic. I didn't touch my 22-250. But I did make adjustments to several rifles because I was like, man, these colors, like that jade. I think the jade spray is probably the best. Although the dragon wrap thing is really good too. So I'm glad they were like. Would I have paid for it if it was a DLC? Maybe. But I think they need to showcase them a little bit better. I was surprised that they didn't mention that on the stream. But it should be interesting to see. I'm hoping within the next couple of weeks that they announce what they're doing with a new map, is what I'm hoping. Because I think everybody's waiting for something else to come out here. I'm just wait. Actually, what I'm really waiting for is just more bug fixes and into the field here. I'm waiting more for bug fixes right now, right? Not that I've come across too many. Now I did try that with the muzzleloader crocus, and I didn't find that. I found it didn't work. That switcheroo that you were telling me about, like the quick load, in aim mode, I didn't get that to work for me. I'm not. Excuse me. I'm not saying it's not happening. I just didn't get it to work for me. I'm not sure why it didn't. Man, what's with all these little... There's a lot of little animals I've been finding. When what I really want are the big ones. Maybe that's it, eh? Okay, let's check some tracks here because I want bigger animals. So 2 small bears in this area. Is there anything? There's another zone here. We got moose. See, this is more where I would expect. Okay, I already had that need zone there then. I was going to say, like, it seems weird that the need zones aren't popping for me, but I didn't realize I had those ones already. This is where I would expect the pheasants to be hanging out, in places like this. I'm actually hoping for another South America map. That would be kind of cool. Get to explore a little bit more of that region. Kind of on the... What is hunting like in Brazil? Like, what is there to... What are they mainly hunting in Brazil? I don't want to Google it, because Crocus can tell me. Really? Hmm. Now, is that... Is it because of... Is it because of overhunting in the past? Because of poaching? Or is it to... Okay. I was wondering, or is it because of, you know, leaving it for indigenous people to hunt? I don't know if that makes any sense. Okay, if you want my personal opinion, okay, I don't know what this is. This is supposed to be corn, I think. Corn does not look like this. And why on earth, in the middle of a cornfield, you have a need zone? It drives me crazy. But this is not what corn looks like. I'm sorry, EW. I don't know where you got this model from for corn. Corn does not look like that. And when you harvest corn, corn does not look like this. I have a few issues with this map. I'm sorry. I think they do a lot of things right. Corn is not one of them. Corn is like ankle high after it's harvested. There's no leaves left to it. It's if it's ankle high, I'd be surprised. And there's nothing. There's none of this is left. There's just nothing. I don't know how to describe it. Ah, I see. Way to go, government. So if you're ever wondering, corn does not. If you're not in a country where you have corn, corn does not look like this. Ever. This pet peeve brought to you by Call of the Wild Tutorials. It's like in this map, one of the missions. So, like, what time of year is this supposed to be? Because to me, it looks like they're trying to do autumn. Excuse me, with all the leaves on the ground. Okay. And they should. You know, the forests are the lungs of the earth, right? To me, this looks like it's supposed to be autumn. But in the first one of the missions, we're going and we're collecting maple syrup, and maple syrup is only ever happens in the spring. And so if one of the missions was to collect maple syrup, honestly, there should have been 0 leaves on the trees. It should have been bare. Which that's a map I'd like to see. I'd like to see an actual North American late fall, early spring map where there's nothing. There's no leaves on the trees. Everything's bare, open, maybe a little bit of snow patches here on the ground. Yeah, I imagine, right? It's like anywhere. There's a saying here, right? Gates only keep the honest people out. So, all the laws in the world only keep the honest people from keeping them, right? Ooh, what do we got here? Just a cow. We're after this rabbit here. So funny thing about the rabbits lately is they will run away for a short period of time, and then they'll just take their time and saunter away, which makes them easier picking. So if you're after rabbits right now, it is a good time. Because they'll just quickly run away, and then they'll start just... Man, these things are adorable. You almost hate to shoot them. That'll be tasty. So can you hunt small game? Or is it just everything you can't hunt? Oops. There we go. Oh, okay. See, like up here, you buy I get like a small games license, and there's some animals that are in season all year long, like rabbits, and I'm trying to think of what else. I can shoot a coyote or a wolf any time of year. Ah, okay. So are you playing the angler too, Crocus? Oh, seriously. I'll have to look that up. Oh, not yet. It's one of those games. I've only got like 70 some hours into it. It's cool, but it's not like a. I thought it would be worse than what it is. Does that make sense? I was like, I didn't pick it up I didn't get it right away. I know they've been making improvements to it. It's like with any game, like even Way of the Hunter. So I don't know if you've been playing that at all. I think it's fantastic. I like it. It's a good sim hunting game. I will never nope. I will never compare the two games side by side because you just can't. They're two entirely different games. But they just came out with stands and all that stuff. And I was playing that the other day. I think Tuesday I was playing Way of the Hunter. And it's a fantastic game too. I like it. It's not I it's a little harder to gauge that game because of kind of the sim like nature. If I always like to say, like, if you would take this game and if you would take this game and classic and mash them together, you would get Way of the Hunter, kind of. It's like a hybrid of those two games. See, to me, this is very. Yeah, I think that would be cool. I'm kind of curious once again. I want to see. I want to see what's going to happen with Call of the Wild 2. And I know nothing's been announced. Ooh, okay, that's a max weight raccoon. What's the time on the rest zone here? Oh, only till 10. I need a gold raccoon. So this is a max weight raccoon. I think we're going to try to go after that. Not that raccoon hunting is the most fantastic thing to watch, but I'm very curious to see, once again, just my thoughts, what's going to happen with A Way of the Hunter or a Call of the Wild 2. And even though no announcement's been made, I'm quite sure it's in development. I'm I think we're gonna see the. Oh, that is a raccoon call. I think we're gonna see probably boats. I wouldn't doubt it if we get a little bit of fishing maybe with it. It should just be very, very interesting to see what they're gonna do. Crossplay is probably definitely going to be a thing, which I'm kind of looking forward to that. it would help for, say for example, like a channel like mine, if I wanted to open up and do a multiplayer with viewers, then I don't necessarily have to stick just to the PlayStation platform. So I think that would be a good thing. Just hold on, I just want to double check my missions here. Do do do. Okay, I do need a. Yeah, I think, and I know they've already said it. Everybody keeps asking for crossplay for this game. They just can't do it. It had to be written according to EW. It has to be written in the base code, and it was never. This game wasn't supposed to be multiplayer to begin with, so they never wrote it into the code. Multiplayer was an afterthought. I would hazard to guess that they would probably do it. So in the Angler, when you join a multiplayer game, they don't, for example, everybody has their own population. You're joining people playing multiplayer, but it's not. And I don't think they can do the same thing. With the Angler, you're fishing your own population, but you're in a multiplayer setting. So I'm not quite too sure how that works. And I would hope that I can't see that happening. Ah, it's fleeing, of course. Of course it's fleeing. Nope, that's not the one I'm looking for. Oh, there we go. 4 easy. There's another 4 easy. And we got 2 max weight guys here. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Where are you going? Sink. Nope. I'm not going to take that shot. I don't know how they would do it with the population. I think they'd have to leave it the same where the host opens up their population for hunting. There we go. There's our gold raccoon. Well, yeah, because now you can play with different people all around, right? It doesn't matter. We need a bobwhite, a coyote, a gray fox, and a green-winged teal. I kind of want to take out some of the... I've never gotten a diamond raccoon. So I'm kind of curious to see. No, I haven't specifically gone out and done a bunch of raccoon hunting on this game. Not even in Mississippi. I found them very difficult. I think with the E-callar it would make it easier. I just want to slow down here just a little bit so we're not spooking them so much. I think, yeah, crossplay, it has to be a must with any new Call of the Wild game they bring out. Just simply for the fact that I think that's a big community ad. I could see boats being a thing. I don't ever think we'll see a revamp of this game of the perks and skills. I think Jaxie mentioned it in the EW stream about prestige. Doing prestige stuff and then, opening up the level cap, but giving you like special things like weapon skins or weapons or something for hitting certain levels of prestige. The problem with that is now, I mean, you can comment if you think I'm wrong. If you opened up a prestige thing, so I know I used to play Battlefront years ago, and then Battlefront opened up their top level cap. Yeah, and it will. It will. Okay. So let me finish my thought here. We'll get to that. So so Battlefront had a level cap, and then what happened was they opened up a top like an prestige thing, and what they did was they no, that's fine. We'll talk about it. Then what they did was they opened up a the prestige thing, but they gave you all of your XP points that you had earned up until that point and then put you at that level. So if you're level, you hit level 100 and then you continue to collect XP and then they opened up that level cap, the game automatically said, "Hey, you should be at level 300." And that's where it puts you at. I I I would hope, but I don't know if Call of the Wild could do the same thing cuz let's face it, I after I hit level 60, which was years ago on this account here, what would happen if they'd open up the level cap? You know how many experience points I've collected in that time? Or say somebody like Flinter or, Zaggy or even Jaxie has collected over those years. As it stands, if you look at my XP, it never grows. It constantly stays at 29, 33, 84, but that's not my real XP level. Now, I've never checked. I'm going to go in the codex here. I've never checked. So I don't know. I'm going to check. Next time we harvest something, we're going to check our rifle score. I think my rifle score and shotgun score and stuff keeps going up. So maybe they could do XP based off of that for prestige level. Anyways. Okay, so yes, Jaxie did say that the game has a long life, which I agree, it does. But you it takes probably, I would say, 2-3 years game like this, especially with a smaller team. Are they gonna, like the classic team? Maybe some people. Oh man, I don't want to listen to the music while we're checking out crap. Let's go over to where do I have a tent? Sorry, I want to hunt this lake here, but let's go check out this lake first. I wanted to look at the cosmetics a bit. Let's look at the cosmetics first. The music will die. It takes a few years for the game to be, to go from whatever to release. And I'm quite sure people from the classic team, there's maybe a few that went over to the Call of the Wild team. And then, like, the Angler team is completely different, right? So there's probably a team working on a Call of the Wild too. They don't want to say that because they want you to stay vested in this game, which you will. But on the same token, they they also, it takes time to develop these things. They can't just do it overnight, right? So I know Jaxie says there's lots of life left in this game, and they will. They'll milk this game for everything it's worth. But on the other hand, they're also going to not. They're also going to work on a new game too, right? Anyways, I want to look at these cosmetics. So look at this. This is. I think it looks fantastic. Excuse me. But let's go to that jade. I mean, my goodness, does that not look... I think that looks fantastic. That jade spray. It doesn't work well on all weapons, especially where there's a bit of texture. So you see where, well, maybe you can't see it that well, but where the hand grip is on the front of the barrel, there's textured a little bit, and I don't think it looks as good as it does where it's nice and smooth and shiny and stuff. Stone made rifle, exactly. And then we had the, so we had the I have the gold material, and then let's see, the camos I wasn't, the red scale camo, obviously I was rocking that with this gun, which I still will. The other camo I wasn't the biggest fan of. That I think that's the lunar year. It's not bad. It's got some nice. I mean, I guess that gold ties in well with the gold. And was there one more? And then there's this bright green camo, which just looks like a. That's not bad. But this wrap looks fantastic. Where is it here? Yeah, it's just it. Come on, where is the lunar year camo? There we go. So that, and then, I mean, that looks pretty cool. I was going to put it on one of the longbows. But I don't know. That looks pretty cool. But if you haven't checked them out yet, they're free. And let's look at my shotgun here. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? So I was really debating. My boy picked this, but I was so gonna go with there. I was gonna go with something like that. I thought that looked really cool. But my boy said, "No, Dad, go with the green and the gold." But anyways, that looks the cosmetic pack. I think there was a few. The jade especially. I don't know what it is about that, but it just looks. You should see it on the 223. Let's go over to the jade. Maybe, yeah. Look what it looks like on the 223 though. And then if we take that gold. I tried it with all the different chromes and stuff like that, and it just doesn't look right. That even with the bronze, it doesn't look right. The copper metal. Let's see. That doesn't look good. But that, it just... Does that not look like a good looking weapon? That is just... Like Crocus was saying, like that just looks like a stone gun. I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. So there was a few in there that they... No, I don't want to... Yes, discard. There we go. There was a few that they really really hit it out of the park. Now, could you not go out these doors before? I thought you could. Nope. I like closing the door behind. Where are we going to go here? Yes, I want to go up to here. I'm not a big fan of the New England music as I was of some of the other reserves. Too much fiddle or violin or whatever. No, I cannot see. Like I said, I'll make my prediction now. It's going to be a year. In another year, or so, we will probably get an announcement about a new map. Yes, the Rancho music is really good. And I cannot say... I can say Rancho. But I always... I can't do it without saying it. I have to be like, Rancho de Arroyo. I don't know why. It just sounds like the way it should be said in my head. And my head is not a good place to be sometimes. It gets squirrely in there. I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I will still play this game. Yeah, it does. I mean, it should. But you just have to add that. You just have to roll it a little bit, right? Okay, can we get this guy to flush? There we go. Soink. Nope. And you're not gonna die, are you? Congratulations. Oh, we'll get one. Hey, not bad. See, the jade gun's working already. Yeah, yeah. I love it. I love it. I've never been to Mexico. That's one place I. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I can't really. I'm a little short of breath today just because of the cold, but in every video I do, I should do more videos from Rancho, just so I could be like, "Welcome to Rancho del Arroyo." To say Rancho just doesn't do it justice. Let's see here. You would think there would be more action at some of these lakes. I think with the river detracts away from lake hunting. Um, we're going to go up here because I want to see if there's any whitetail action at this lake here. I think the river, because there's so many rivers. And one of the things that I've noticed, I don't know if anybody else has noticed on their map as well, there there really isn't that much in the middle river. We'll pull it up on the map here. On this river here, there's some whitetail need zones and stuff here. Now, I haven't gone during whitetail drinking hour there, but this half of the river over here, there really isn't very many whitetail zones. There's like a few here, starting like here-ish and over, but over to this side, next to nothing. Even though there's whitetail zones up through here. And another thing you'll notice too, especially if you're looking for need zones, and need zones seems to run in a pattern. I'm trying to think of how I can word this. Like, and sometimes they'll run in a straight line. Like you see here, you'll get if you drew a line across this map, you're getting stuff there. But other times they're running like over here. I noticed. Here's a feed zone here. Here's a feed zone there. And what do you notice about that? These are right along the contour lines, almost of this stretch here. See? Hey, Jacob. Nice to see you. It's full of whitetail zones in that river. See, and maybe it's in the way that I've discovered them. I'm just finding that there's a lot over on these sides of the river and stuff. But we're going to go over to here, and we're going to see if we can find any whitetail zones there. I found that pretty interesting with Jaxie when he was talking about doing the grind stuff, saying, that you're, finding all of your whitetail zones decreases your chances of, if you're grinding. That you don't want to find all of them like everybody thought. You just need to find a few good ones. Now, once again, I'm not grinding, but I'm finding that I'm still getting a lot of max weight twos. and just kind of waiting for them to grow. So I'm still doing herd management, sort of, just at a very slower pace than somebody who's grinding, I guess. But to me, that's what makes it even more exciting when I find, I can't tell you how long it's been since I've had a diamond whitetail. But to me, it made it that much more exciting to, as soon as I saw a level 3. Like when I see a level 3 whitetail, I'm pretty much going to guarantee that it's going to be a diamond, because it's just, I see them so rarely. We're just going to go up slow through here, because I'm not sure if the whitetail zone is here. And I don't know if finding those need zones affects it as well, just because I'm finding a whole bunch of different types of of need zones. Because I'm just not getting their drink zones. I'm getting their, ooh, that guy's a pretty big one there. See, big ass for me is to be the ability to be able to, like when I spot a herd. Oh, there's one we want to shoot. When you spot a herd, it would be nice to say spot this herd here and now press side to side and cycle through the deer, wouldn't it? Because sometimes, you highlight, you can't spot the deer you're trying to spot. It would be nice just to be able to spot it once, have them glow, and press side to side as long as they're within that window to see what they are. So we're just going to take a look at that, guys. 151 to 192. This guy is up to a 206. And that guy is up to a 219. So I want to shoot him and him. Is who I want to take out of that herd. And hopefully, that guy's almost 300 meters away, so I shouldn't spook him, is what I'm hoping. I just wanted to check where I was at with my... I wish this guy would turn, but we're going to wait till his head is down. And then we're going to take that guy and see if this guy turns a little bit. Are you going to turn or are you going to run? No. It's too bad. He's actually the guy I wanted. Now, what did that do for these guys? These guys are still calm. Okay, he's the one we want to take out over there. And so... Oh. So he's going to say, let's just double check on the map here. We're going to spot him. And we're going to see. Okay, so he's 300 meters away. So I'm just going to demonstrate this just because it's a good thing to demonstrate. If you don't want to use zeroing and you are using... Oh. Hello. Are you guys going to kill me here? Come on. Okay, well, we got him. How fortuitous. He came running our way anyways. So if you want to save your points on zeroing, 303 is a great gun for not having to use zeroing for, because it shoots so flat. So this guy is almost exactly 300 meters away. And so what we're going to do is we're going to aim at his spine at the top of his back. And you'll see where we're going to aim it. It'll impact him just perfect. So we're not going to pull up the camera. Come on, man. There we go. I meant to breathe. So we're just going to aim right... Come on. Right there. And so that should be a good shot. See? We just landed that long shot there. So at 300 meters, you just, with the 303, or any flat shooting gun, could be the 300, the 7mm, I think, you just got to check at the range at Hirsch. You can save yourself those 2 points on zeroing, because even at close range, like this guy here, we'll check him out. He wasn't more than 100, and if he was 100 meters away, I'd be surprised. And we just shot him, zeroed in at 150 meters. So let's pick him up. So he was 70 meters away. Now we did shoot him a little high, but that's just because of the angle and stuff we were at. Right? But that was to be expected because we are only 100 meters, like 70 meters away, and we're zeroed for 150. So we could have aimed a little bit lower. We were fortunate with that. But it's just a good way to be able to save your points if you want to save them. Just hold on, we just had a call here, and let's take a look. The only reason I have my zeroing on right now, excuse me, is because I was playing with my muzzleloader and shotgun with slugs. And to do that, you kind of need the zeroing because there's such a drop on slugs and the muzzleloader. But for the most part, I just usually leave my zeroing at 150. Especially, this is why I like this 303 so much, just because there's zero. It just shoots so flat even at 300. You just have to make a small adjustment. And so if you go out onto the target range at Hirschfelden, you can see that when you're playing, you'll see the difference, and you'll get used to it in a big hurry. You might not think you would, but you do. Oh, I didn't realize there's a little bridge there. That's kind of cool. Little land bridge. Like, wouldn't it be kind of cool to take a canoe out onto this lake and then just go hunt the lake shore? All right, we're going to set up a waypoint over there, and that's where he should be. And I think he ran a little bit, so... Is there anybody? Oh, I hate it when I miss an animal call. I mean, it allows you to throw a couple skill points into something else that you want to try without having to get the zeroing. And once again, not that there's anything wrong with the zeroing, especially if you are hunting with the muzzleloader or the shotgun. I've been missing with my bow lately, so I don't know if there's I got to go to the range to see, because there's been really easy shots. And I think I've been missing on some of the shots just because of the stupid pins on the site. I wish they would put little dots on the pins. Oh, what do we got here? Hello, this is what I like to see. Not anything super big. Maybe that guy will take out. That guy in the back is borderline. We just want to leave him alone. The temptation is too great. Oh, the wind's not with us, so forget that. So the crossbow, just give me a second here. We're just going to take this guy out here. So once again, he's like 300 meters away. We're just going to lay down just so that we can get rid of all our sway. So once again, 300 meters, we're zeroed for 150. What we're going to do is we're just going to aim right here, right at the top of his spine, on the top of his back. I was too far forward, so that's my bad. That's a good shot. It was just a bad placement. And we're not going to get a second shot on him, so. It's too busy talking, not too busy. With the crossbow, it's the center pin is what you're zeroed for. Like the center dot is what you're zeroed in at. Now you can go to the range and experiment just like you can with the bows. And once you know what your 3 pins are set at, then it makes life a little bit easier because then you can... Did he die over there? Yeah, I was way too far forward when I shot that guy. I'm sorry. We shot him where I'd like to shoot him, just not how I'd like to shoot him, if that makes any sense. Okay, he's dead now. You'll see when we pick him up. Yeah, and here's where that, and I guess this is where that, oh, that was a big one. Oh, out of bullets. That's where practice comes in order, and I think that's where knowing how fast the wind is going, because the determination is how strong is the wind blowing, is how far it's going to askew your bolt. It shouldn't by that much. Seeker, I'm gonna say yes and no. I don't. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm gonna have to test this. I don't know if the Who's Deer works with the E-collar. I can't honestly tell you yes or no that it works with the E-collar or not. What I can tell you is the Who's Deer is good, for example, for hunting with, like if you're hunting medved and you don't want to use scents to call in the musk deer and you don't want to leave it to chance, then it's good that way. It's good because, for example, the deer grunt will call in rabbits. If you saw my video, there's a link to a Steam page that shows all the animals, or most of the animals that are affected by Who's Deer. If you're using collars a lot, then yes, it's good. However, it all depends on, let's go over to our skills here. It all depends on the skill setup you want. So I want disturbed vegetation. I'm not going to rant about it today because I'm tired of ranting about it, about how stupid this is. I had to spend 13 skill points to get disturbed vegetation. I'm almost done my skill series, and I will have a wrap up in this. But to me, the stalker tree is a better tree than the ambusher tree. Because I'm only happy when it rains. I don't know I have 2 points in there. I should only have 1. Anyways. This is the better tree. Okay? Now, the problem with the ambusher tree is to get over to Who's Deer, I have to spend 9 skill points. And I've got 8 skill points spent. I can't get over to I'd like Who's Deer, but I just can't get over to Who's Deer because of where I've put my points in this stalker tree. Right? And this is the problem with this tier system, is that I would like, out of this tree, the only other ones I would personally like to have, if I could take these 2 points out of Scent Tinkerer, I would put 1 into Who's Deer and 1 into Pack Mule. And maybe this tag. Now the tag I like because the second level of tag is actually pretty cool, where it unlocks the 3 animals simultaneously. The Keen Eye, it's a video coming up. I think it drops on the 18th. The Keen Eye is pretty good. Watch out for that because it's actually a not bad skill. But I would really, really like the Who's Deer. The problem is too, like for example, Fatal Attraction. I would say level 1 of Fatal Attraction is good. But where do you put your other points? Right? I need 9 points to get to this tier. But I have to spend the skill points beforehand. So this is why I think a skill tree based strictly on where player level is would be better. So for example, I can get these skills at, you know, almost like we're how it is with the dogs. You know, maybe stalker tree. This the first one, locate tracks, opens up at like right away level 1. And when you get to level 5, or level 3 or whatever, this opens up, and then this opens up at another level, all the way up to level 60, and then you can have the whole tree. And if you save all of your points, now I can go and say spend my points where I want to spend them. I know that might seem a little bit overpowered to EW, but to me it makes more sense because I'm allowed to spend my points where I want to spend them. Actually, I'm going to fix that while I'm in here. I can spend my points where I want to spend them. We're going to go to our stalker tree. We're going to reset that. So that's where this game, that's where I don't like this game in some aspects. We're going to just put 1 point in there. So only happy when it rains is great, but only put 1 point in it, because if it's rainy, it's foggy, and if it's foggy, it's rainy. It's neither here nor there. And even the times where I've noticed where there's fog, it doesn't work. But I like connect the dots. Yeah, Jacob, I know. I've made the suggestion to EW. I would just like to see, like, and think about, I don't know how many of you play Ark or have played Ark, or I don't care. Spider-Man, Ark, they're all basically the same. You get up to a certain level, and then different things open up for you. This idea of spending points to reach a different area, like I don't mind skill trees, but there's no, if I spent a point here and then it opens, then it would open up all three of those. Like, look at how the perks tree is. Hold on. Uh, yes, yeah. When you reset it, it locks everything up, and then you have to reallocate all of your points to where you want them. Okay, so here we go. So I've just put all of my points in where I would like to see them. Okay, 3 in locate tracks, 3 in track knowledge, 1 in only happy when it rains, 2 in soft feet, 1 in connect the dots, 1 in improvised blinds, and 1 in endurance. Okay. Now the problem is I've spent 12 skill points in this tree. My 13th point, I would love to put in disturbed vegetation. That would give me 1 skill point still available, but it doesn't make a difference. I have to put this in somewhere else. And so where do I put it in? Do I put it in only happy when it rains? I know only 1 point is better. I'll probably put it in here in innate triangulation. Now, the only reason I want this is because I'm at the point where I just want to hunt for rares and stuff like that. Okay? So I want to know what the fur variation is without having to look at that animal, because I can't tell you how many times I've gotten an animal, like I've come across a disturbed veg track, and I've checked it, and it's like, oh, it's a piebald, or oh, it's an albino, or oh, it's this. I got my melanistic whitetail that way. I just happened to check the tracks, which I always do, and it was a melanistic, and I was like, perfect, right? But you have to remember, you need 3 points in track knowledge in order for this to work properly, right? So that's fine. We're going to put our point in there. Now, I've used all of my skill points just to get to there. What would I like out of this? I don't want Scent Tinker. I don't. I want to use those 2 points in Who's Deer and maybe Pack Mule. But once again, you can't. Right? For instead of putting that extra point in there, the more the merrier is great if you're just doing the mission. Like if you're starting out and you're doing the mission, the extra 5% money doesn't hurt. So, anyways, a level system for skills would mean that we can put our skill points where we want to put them, not where the game dictates we have to put them. right? And even with our perk tree, right? Same thing. Our perks. I don't mind this system here. That would work for skills or the skill trees as well, but it's just not that way. But I don't agree. If I wanted ranger, maybe that should open up too at a certain level instead of me having to spend points I don't want to spend to get to where I want to be. Yeah, I think I think Jaxie mentioned it. 2 more skill points would be cool, right? Because 2 more skill points. But once again, right? Look at this ambusher tree. I mean, my review is going to be kind of based on the fact that the ambusher tree really isn't that good. The only things worthwhile in the ambusher tree are spotting knowledge, sight spotting, fatal attraction, who's deer, and pack mule. To me, those are the stats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 skills in this tree are all I want. But I have to take skills I don't want. Like, I don't want to put 2 in fatal attraction. But where am I going to put that other skill point? There's 2 here. Actually, I kind of wish Dazed and Confused and Scent Tinkerer. Dazed and Confused was here, and Scent Tinkerer was here, and these 2 were over here. This would be Fatal Attraction and Who's Deer, right? Fatal Attraction, Who's Deer, Scent Tinkerer, and then Dazed and Confused would make a lot of sense. Because nobody's using these. Cost you money to use. Why do I want to? I don't want to put any points in. I only want 1 in Fatal Attraction, but I have to put 2 in order to get to the next tree to spend my points somewhere. I don't know. Let's check this deer out. So remember, we aimed. I wish I had a pointer. I aimed at the top of the back, and I was like at the top of the shoulders, and I was a bit far forward. I knew that. But look where that bullet hit, aiming at the top of the back. So we would have, had we been over a little bit where I should have been, we would have caught his lungs. And he was angled just a little bit weird too, right? So when we look at it here, so you figure we aimed at the top of the shoulders, and that's where we hit him. So it would have been a good shot, a good double lung shot had I aimed properly. I hate ranting about that, and yes, Jaxie did talk about that. But in all honesty, if you've been with the community for a while, they had talked about redoing the skill tree already back when they released Quattro Colinas. And it's just never happened, and I don't see it ever happening. And I know people are, I don't want to say frustrated with that. I just wish that the skills that I wanted I could have. That's all. Pack mule is cool because you can carry extra, and for me, it's not about carrying extra weapons. Once again, if you've played Way of the Hunter, you only get 2 guns, so you got to make sure you choose properly. I like that. It makes you think a little bit more, right? Because in real life, you can't just go and you can't carry. Like when I go IRL hunting, I carry 2 weapons with me. I carry my bow with me, and I have a backpack where I can carry either my bow or my gun. And I can put both in my backpack, or I can carry, say for example, I can carry my bow but have my rifle in on my backpack. And it's not like a super heavyweight deal, right? And it depends on what I'm going for as well. A lot of the times I'll take my bow and I'll take my 22 with me. And I'll have my 22 in my backpack, and it's just a matter of sliding it in and out. It doesn't take very much time. Or I'll take my shotgun and my bow with me. So to me in this game, that's where it kind of gets silly. Like how many I know, because of the way that they just because of the way things are classed in this game, and once again, it's a game, you can't have every rifle. You can't have every rifle do everything like it would in real life, right? Just a pistol and a bow. A rifle, a pistol, and a bow. See, I used to carry, so to get my pistol score up, so if anybody is wanting to get your pistol score up, go on Leighton or whatever and hunt rabbits with your pistol. That'll get your pistol score up in a big hurry. With the 22 pistol, I think you have to buy that as DLC. But to me, I think it's the best way to get your pistol score up, or your handgun score up. Because after I finished that and I got to kind of the top tier of the handguns, I never again touched a handgun in this game. It's not, and maybe that's a cultural thing because here in Canada, a handgun is considered a restricted weapon, and you have to get a special license for one. Whereas any rifle, you have to be careful about some of the semi-automatics that you can get now. Yes, yeah, you can get the 223 or the 243 with the. Is it a 243? Is it a 223? I have the DLC. I just my one son that plays this game. He's been out before and he's just absolutely eradicated my map with that pistol. Yeah, it's just like I said. For me, it's just a matter of it's not something that I would in real life that I would own or hunt with. So okay, what do we got here? That guy's fleeing. Excuse me. That being said, I like where the state of this game is. I'm thinking that there's something wrong with. I find this is a louder map than like going through the grass and stuff like that. Oh, okay. The good bullets. I gotta do a. Somebody had asked last time we were streaming about soft points, and I should do a little bit of testing on that. I mainly use the. See the soft with the polymer tip. You're always gonna get the biggest difference I've noticed is with the polymer tip. You're getting more penetration, but then when you're tracking that animal, it'll always say that it's a, you know, a medium or low, like a low or medium bleed rate. When you use a soft point, it's usually a medium to high bleed rate. Actually, let's do a little bit of testing here for science. Let's go over to here. We're going to grab some soft points. He says, he says. This is another area I don't even want to touch with this nonsense here with this UI. I know it's not as bad for you guys on PC as it is here, but... Alright. And we're gonna go to the store and buy some more because we can. I was like almost at 2 million, and then I $2 million, and then I bought a whole bunch of ammo. And then that just took me down to next to nothing. What else do I got? I've got the 22-250. Let's take a couple of soft points on that. So you see the 25 penetration to 3, and then penetration is 12. So it's less than half, but the expansion is 5 times as much. I own 8. Let's make it 50. Oh, I better put that in storage too. Ammo, 22-250, soft point. All right. So I'd like to run pack mule. Sorry, back to my pack mule discussion. I'd like to run pack mule just simply because I love carrying a tent with me, so that if I find a spot, I can set down a tent or do a bit of exploring. I'm kind of wondering. Hold on one second. So I'm kind of wondering if we're going to go for moose here. Do, 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 do. Yes. Yeah, especially with the 6.5, right? Because it's got such a small penetration, you have to make sure. And I don't know if that helps on the so I know what the 300 can do on a moose with a polymer tip. What I want to see is what will the 300 do on a moose with the soft point. So let's go to soft points. All right, we're going to take our time here. Okay, and I guess this is where I'm going to say the E-collar can be handy, because we're going to come into here and we're going to draw him to us instead of us trying to get him to come over to. So we're going to drop. Oh, crap. Yep, wrong button. Okay, let's put the E-collar down. Let's use the whitetail. All right. It's always getting out of that menu that I guess because I haven't used this that much. Look at that, almost instantaneously. It's nowhere to hide either. That's fine. We got that little guy there. Oh, there we go. So that's the guy we want to take right there. Come on, Mr. Whitetail. I know you're attentive. Oh, look at the wind is terrible too, but they're still coming in. All right, let's just take this. Let's take this doe. No, I don't want to hurt shot her. I want to take a lung. Okay, well. Where's my stupid collar? Seriously, man? Oh, there we go. Like, that was a single lung. And that dropped her pretty quickly. But you can see, like, it barely touched her lung. We got to try that on a, let's try that on a moose. And I'm kind of wondering if there's going to be a difference between hitting a moose broadside with a soft point, just to see if it'll make a difference in the bleed rate and how quickly they go down on a single lung shot, right? Because we know we're not going to double lung them with a soft point. Okay, so there's moose there. Hooray for us. So, what was Jacob suggesting? Jacob, now, do you think it'll hit single lung crocus? Or do you think it'll... Bang. So let's go and take a look at the damage. That's not a super big moose. For science. For science, he says. Let's go. Let's see if what this... Well, it's always kind of cool to toy around a little bit, right? And look at this. No organs hit. Okay. So at kind of at 175, that was a bust. How far is this moose? Okay, so we're at the 150 mark. Let's try it on this one. We're going to aim. Now that's a little bit far back. I'm not going to hold that against anybody. That was just a bit too far back. But with the expansion, that could potentially hit liver. I'm going to say it was too far back. And Jacob, you're in Denmark, right? What's the weather like in Denmark today? Once again, no organs hit. Okay, well, let's look for our next victim of my experimentation. See, okay, I guess it's 1:30 drinking time. Oh, Holland. There you go. Okay, so now we are how far? Let's double check here. 120. Let's go to 100 meters, shall we? And we'll try to land it in. My wife's grandfather was from Friesland. Let's see here. Okay, Okay, that... There's no way that didn't... Now, once again, I am just going to point this out here. I don't know what EW did to moose, but they are next to impossible to kill. With anything, like, the 303 does a good job. Oh, there you go. Seriously. See, I think this is an EW problem. Because there's no way... There's absolutely no... What is the penetration on these things here? Hold on. Oh, we'd actually have to go in... Let's go into our inventory. There's no way... Okay. The British 303 has 40 penetration, and then it knocks back to town to 20, but with 53, there is no way that that shouldn't be, excuse me, hitting into a moose. There's just no way. Of course. Oh, stupid button. Let me see here. Okay, he's not a very big one. So we know they're killer for deer, but for moose, not so much. So let's get right up close and personal with the moose and see. Like, let's get to about 50 meters and see if a 50-meter shot takes them down. Because I don't understand, at 100 meters, why is that not connecting? Like, this is another thing I'd like to know. What is penetration measured in? Is that measured in percentage? Because okay. Like, you would agree with me, right, Caracas? Like, that should be, those soft points at 100 meters should be hitting these moose. It should be punching them. Unless it's some sort of a bug. Like I said, we're gonna get to about 50 meters of this moose here. We're just gonna... I don't want to mark it with a waypoint, but we're gonna wait till we're about 50 in, and then I'm gonna pop up and shoot it. And I'll even change my zeroing, just in case anybody's thinking that that's affecting the outcome. I don't think it is. So let's get up to 50 meters. This is normally what I do for, like, my videos. I do a lot of experimenting like this. So we're gonna grab that. We're gonna change our zeroing to 75 meters. And right there is where we want to aim. So, punch. Now, there's no way that doesn't hit a lung. unbelievable. That is just, you can't see me. I'm holding my head and just shaking my head. That's unbelievable. That I can be that close with a soft point bullet and it doesn't punch a hole in it. Wow. I'm thoroughly disappointed. Hmm. And the reason I'm using the 303. And and the reason I'm disappointed in that is, okay, I'm going to use the polymer tip. It has double the penetration, okay? Whatever their penetration laws are. Okay, how far am I away? I mean, let's I'm 247 meters away. Let's go back to my zeroing of 150. Okay, 247 away, and we are going to punch him right there. That might be a little low. All right, so like this is where this is where without complaining, I'm going to complain about EW's ballistics. Because it just doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, well, we know he's dead. There we go. So we hit him. Where did he go? Which way? Which way? There we go. And this is where I think they need to take a look at a moose and really say, okay, it's a level 8 animal, but it's really hard to take down. Like more so than like a water buffalo or even a Cape buffalo. And to me, that makes zero sense. So if you're on Xbox or PC, do that experiment and see if your soft points are hitting a little bit better. Let's just take a look at this. Like with 40 penetration, I can see how the soft points are hitting, but like a moose's skin is tough, but not like this bullet should be halfway through to the spine at least, or to the second lung. I just think it's just the testing this round on moose is probably not the way to go, because like for example, let's go and do this. Let's go and grab a different weapon. Yeah, and so Jacob, like, I get it, but the whole reality of a soft point bullet is that the expansion does more shock damage, right? Let's go into our storage. We're going to ditch this, and we are going to grab... Dakota? Yes, you can. You don't need to do a grind. There was... If you're looking for that, there was a really good video. EW had a stream 2 weeks ago, and Jaxie Beard was trying to talk about that a little bit. You don't have to necessarily grind. Oh, I wanted to take a look at this. Sorry, Crocus. Take a look at this. What I did to this Luna here with the Jade. I thought that looked really good. Yeah, you can spawn a great one without doing a grind. Will it take you longer? Yep. Although it's random, right? my biggest thing, Dakota, is I'm just gonna say, just go and hunt. Don't worry about a great one. Don't worry about diamonds. Just go and hunt and when you're hunting, look for those max weight animals. Okay? If you're consistently shooting, say for example with moose, if you're consistently shooting high 3s, high 4s, yeah, it's true, right? It's a lot. There's a lot of RNG to it. There's a way you can make them spawn. Just kind of not what I'm after. I'm after more of the natural hunt. Okay, so I don't know if maybe that's a problem then, Crocus, on... I wonder if that's an issue going on with PlayStation. Sorry, I am looking for the 40... Does anybody know what the 4570 is called? It's probably just the 4570. Dude. I always... Coachmate. There we go. Okay. This here is a very, very underrated gun. I like to use it when going, especially to Quattrocalina, or not Quattrocalinas, Parque Fernando. We're going to take that and that. Nope. I guess I got to get rid of some ammunition here. Let's get rid of... So thanks for doing that experiment, Crocus. I'm going to have to experiment with it more. So that was with the 303 soft point with Moose at 150 meters. I don't see why it would be any different on a different platform. We're going to take the flat nose. Bang. Okay. Oh, I got to get a scope for this too. Storage, weapons, ammo. Let's get rid of our... We need the Helios. And I won't have enough for the Helios. We got to get rid of the... Let's get rid of the shotgun scope. Now the only problem with the 4570 is... Well, a part of it's the weight because it's a heavy gun. But it's also your range, because your range on it not a super huge fan of the sight. And hold on here, I got hollow points. Okay, so they're class 4 to 9. This is why this is such a great weapon. Let's go to a soft point bullet. We want the hollow point. That's soft point. Flat nose has better penetration. Okay, we want the expansion. Okay. Where are we in the stream of things here? Let's go upriver a little bit. And we're going to fast travel here. So that doesn't make any sense to me. Why? I mean, you saw the shot placement I put on. It should have been just fine. So there shouldn't be a difference between PlayStation and PC as far as that goes. And jump. Oh, I want to go north, don't I? Yeah, so I'm not too sure what's going on with that. Let's just do a test here. Oh, we gotta check out this. How come I've never checked out this lake yet? Maybe I have. Maybe there's just nothing there. I mean, it's a great gun for it's close range stuff though, right? Because your max range on it's 150. Well, not your max range, but you can zero it in for 150, which is good for me because that's pretty much where the majority of my hunting takes place, between 150 and 200. Like I said, I like you. Hey Wes, how's it going? I'm not back to full health yet. I was just surprisingly enough, I've been using it. It's a little overpowered almost, I will say. The animals come in really quickly to it. We haven't used it much on stream. Uh, yeah, I'm feeling a lot better than I did the past few days. Even yesterday was just feeling like trash, and then okay, so here we go. Let's use the E-collar again. We're gonna just drop it down. Like there's no spook range really to it, and then we're just gonna go to our 4570, 4570. Yeah, like what I've been doing is every time I just hear a call, I'll just plant it, and then like here, once again, remember I was in evergreens. Here I got a twig of a tree, and I am completely invisible. So, hooray! But we'll wait. So, Wes, we were just doing an experiment here on soft point versus polymer tip, and a 303 on PlayStation. Anyways, maybe you can confirm with us. But a 303 polymer tip at 50 meters did not even take down a moose. I didn't even get a single lung shot on it. Oh, look at this guy. See what I mean? Like this E-collar is just insane. What do we got over here? We got a cow. I don't want a cow, man. I don't know if I can take a shot on this guy here. Oh, what's that behind him? Oh, look at that thing. That's got to be bigger. That's a 235. Yeah, that's the guy we want right there. Is he behind a tree? Plink. What? No. Seriously? I just shot you in the head. I think I think what's happening is these moose are built way too tough. There's something going on with, like, I just shot this thing at close range. Seriously? How are you not dead? Like, finally I got a vital shot on that. At what, 2 meters? So where did this first shot hit? Okay, so you're trying to tell me that that's not a brain shot. How is that not a brain shot? With the expansion, this is what I don't understand. How does expansion work? We're using high expansion bullets. That should have been a brain shot. Yes, no. This one here, like seriously. How did that not reach the heart? And with expansion, shock damage alone would have killed this thing. Like this is a high caliber bullet. And then look at that penetration. That just touched the lung at 4 meters. No, I was at the right point. I was 50 meters in with, we were using a 303. We were 50 meters away with the 303 and we hit it right in the center. Crocus did a test here. If you notice in the comments, he did a test on his PC at 150 meters with a polymer and he got a single lung shot. I couldn't even do that on PlayStation. Why? Like, I don't know if you noticed, but these moose are built like tanks here for some reason on PlayStation. I think the moose are a little bit broken. That is just my observation. Driving me crazy. Crazy. Because I bet you over here, this moose that we hit over here, I'm going to be very skeptical to see if we made a single lung shot on it. Yep. Hold on here. Do we have initial point of... Yeah, see, no organs hit. And we hit it smack dab in the lung. Ooh. I need a gray fox. So let's put that down here. This thing here, though, this E-collar is insane. Let's see if can we get a twig that'll hide me here? That doesn't even matter. Let's go over to here. So let's switch out the ammo on this here. Did I switch it to polymers? Nope. We're going to switch our 22-250 to soft points. And he is 150 away. Oh, what do we got here? Soink. Let's just shoot the turkey because we can. Shot in the middle of the thorax next to the shoulder. Wow. Yeah, see, because that's the way, in all honesty, like, in real life hunting, I mean, it doesn't matter what round you use. It's about shock damage that you're doing to an animal, right? You're hitting their lung or something like that. And the more expansion you have in a bullet, the more shock damage it does, and the harder it is on the organs, right? It just knocks them right out. It's the shock sometimes that damages some of the internal organs more so than the actual bullet wound. I'm just trying to recoup a little bit of money. I was doing the weapons cosmetics. What did you think, Wes? What did you think of the new cosmetics? So let's pick up this guy. So we just nicked. Like, look at everything that's lit up because of the expansion here on this thing. So I'm going to say the 22-250 on smaller animals is really, really good. Yeah, I think ever since the Great One stuff came out, Crocus, with the, I think the animals are the moose are just way too tough. They shouldn't be as tough as they are in game. There's no way. Yeah, so if you, I don't know, if you just look back a couple of minutes from when you jumped in, we were doing an experiment with that. I mean, even just look at how close I was when I just shot. Like I had an animal within 50 meters. Oh, yeah, I was just gonna say they actually some of the new cosmetics look really good. I like the jade and the dragon scale stuff. Looks good. I think the jade has to be my favorite. So once again, if all you did was run around the map with the e-collar, and every time you heard the yes, I can look like a jade dragon. Thank you very much. And why wouldn't I want to look like a jade dragon? I want a jade dragon. I want like a samurai robe for a new outfit. So see that it took him down. Look at the health on that dude. So we're gonna go to the soft points. I know we're calling turkey in here, but I want to pour this. I feel bad for this poor digital animal that I shot. Um, oh, hold on. Let's go to this. We're gonna. I'm probably too late. Okay, there we go. Are we too late to call him in? Now, I wonder if you change collars, if the turkeys stop coming. And is this guy gonna fall for this twice? I'm curious. So many questions. So much science, so little time. I don't think they'll come when they're nervous. I just have that feeling. And can it double up on callers? Like if I'm calling that and then if I call turkey, can I call two animals at once? Are they even out here anymore, the turkeys? Oh yeah, check it. 30 to 40 meters. How come I can't see you? I mean, at this point, I'm just guessing where he's at. There must be like a little... Before I blast him, is there a moose coming? Doesn't look like it. Oh, there you are. Blink. Why? Because we can. Let's go pick up his need zone before we pick him up. Like, check it out. We're rocking the jade and gold here on our shotgun. I think it looks pretty fancy. I do. So one of the things I liked about, we kind of briefly touched on it the other day, or this morning, or, oh my goodness, see, my brain's still not functioning. I was playing Way of the Hunter the other day, and they came out with a new update, and they have tripods and stuff. And the one feature I really like is in that game, when you put down a tripod, you can be anywhere on the map and you can dismantle it. You can put it back in your storage. You can just pluck it off your map. I think that's fantastic. And I was like, why can Call of the Wild not do the same? Would that not be cool that you have, excuse me, like I have a couple of tree stands set up over here. Where are they? I have a couple of tree stands set up here. I'm going to have to put on a backpack, go and take them down individually. Wouldn't it be cool if I could just click on it and be like retrieve? Makes a lot of sense. So props to Way of the Hunter for doing that in a game to make it easier to collect your crap. Because it just means I don't have to waste a lot of time to go and do that. All right, let's go. Hold on, we're gonna go back. I want to put my 303 on. So stick around, Wes. This is for you. I'll show you. You can critique my hunting style. Don't worry, I can take it. Okay. I was rewatching your stream, by the way. Thank you for joining us. I was rewatching your stream with Graves. I don't know. I the two of you, that's a winning combination. I'm just saying. There's chemistry there. Don't lose that. I need like an Irish, Scottish Graves. That's fine. Where can I pick up my own Graves? I don't want your Graves. I just want one like them. And I need to I need to pick up like a Graves, but like a Newfie version of Graves. A Newfoundler. A Newfoundlander. Graves, that's what I need. Let's see here. Inventory. Well, don't lose the Graves you got. He's a good Graves. No. No, you can keep Graves. I don't want to steal them from you. No sight. How can there be no sight? Did I? That's hilarious. Seriously? I still don't have a site? Come on. Oh, thank you. Oh, no, that's for Wes. Yes, Wes does do a nice stream. I thought you were saying nice stream for me. Thanks, Crocus. Anyways, something unexpected has happened. I've had just somebody pull up here, so I might just have to end the stream here, folks. So, sorry about that. I gotta go and see what's going on. So, anyways, thank you guys for joining me. Thank you, Wesnator. If you haven't checked out Wesnator88, check him out. Crocus, thanks for being here. Jacob, thanks for being here. Love you guys. Thanks for the support. So, from Call of the Wild Tutorials, happy hunting.